Sit up straight and tall.
坐直坐高，
Press your hands behind you.
双手在身后推地，
Fingertips pressing down.
手指尖向下压，
Lift your chest
胸腔向上提起，
so that the two ribs directly under the breast area are opened up.
所以在两股正下方的两根肋骨打开向上。
Make sure the elbows are wide so the space around the sides of the breast, sides of the lungs.
确保两肘也要足够宽，这样使得两股的两侧，还有两肺的两侧是长宽的样子。
Move your arms, upper arms, to the back of the shoulder girdle.
大臂向后方移动。
Lift again, lift the trunk.
胸腔、躯干再次向上。
And then without disturbing that lift, carefully bring your palms
保持
together.
着这个上提，小心地将双掌在胸前合十。
Extend up through the sides, inner walls of the neck, up through the crown of the head and beyond.
经由颈部的内壁向上延展到头顶上端，继续
Close,
向上，
close your eyes.
闭上眼睛。
Yogena chitasya padena vajam malam sharirasya javajakena yopa karotam pravaram muninam patanjalim pranjaliranatosmi abahu purushakaram Shankha chakrazidarinam sahasra shirasam shvetam pranamami patanjalim harihi om. Bow your head.
低头致敬，
Release your hands onto your thighs.
双手落于大腿之上，
Slowly raise your head.
缓慢抬头，
Open your eyes.
睁开双眼。
Okay, let's begin.
开始。
So, Adho Mukha Virasana with 2 blocks.
Adho Mukha Virasana 拿两块木砖，
So kneel down,
跪立下来，
toes together, knees apart,
脚趾贴在一起，膝盖分开，
and bring your forearms onto the blocks with your palms facing each
掌
other.
心相对小臂的这个位置，在砖上。
Bring the blocks, yeah, let's see, okay. And bring your forehead to the floor
前额落地，
and extend out into the fingertips
伸展向外到指尖，
and way back through the inner groins.
然后向后伸展到内腹股沟区域。
Let those sit bones touch the heels if you can.
可以的话，将坐骨坐在脚跟之上。
If you can't, you place a blanket between the sit bones and the
如
heels.
果坐骨不能够贴到脚跟上，那么在中间加一块毛毯。
And this pose will take care of stretching the big muscles in the chest.
那么这个体式呢，能够将两乳周围的大块肌肉获得伸展。
And the blocks give us a little space around the armpits.
而两块砖的目的呢，是为了将腋窝区域展开一些空间。
Okay, now put the blocks aside, come on up.
将砖放在两边，起身。
Adho Mukha Svanasana,
下犬式
downward facing dog. So spread your palms, lift your
手掌
knees,
打开，膝盖离地，
turn your toes
脚趾
under,
回勾，
swing up and back.
向后向上进入体式。
Move the soles of your feet back and
将
down.
脚底的皮肤向后向下，
Press your shin bones back.
胫骨向后，
Press the front of the ankle back.
脚踝前侧向后，
Move the four corners of the knees back.
将膝盖的4个角向后移动，
Move your thighs back.
将大腿向后，
And extend the inner edges of the big toes forward.
然后将大脚趾的内侧向前伸展。
So the whole weight of the body, the more you bring those hips back, the more you start to feel those armpits extending.
那么两髋持续向后，两髋越向后，你越能够体会到腋窝的打开。
Elbows firm, knees firm.
两肘两膝收紧，
Then jump or step forward.
向前跳或向前走。
Uttanasana.
Uttanasana，
Separate your feet
脚分开，
and extend your head forward and up.
头向前向上，
Press the thighs back, extend the breastbone forward.
大腿向后，胸骨向前，
Turn the inner elbows forward
手肘的内侧向前转动，
and roll your shoulders back
两肩向后转，
so that the ribs, the space, you're creating space between each front rib.
那我们现在在将前肋的每根肋骨之间创造空间，
And you're just taking care of any constriction that you feel in the trunk.
那么躯干当中任何挤压的部分，你都要关注到。
Then without shortening that, maintaining the length in your torso, release your head forward and down, side ribs coming down, or sides of the abdomen releasing
躯干
first.
的这个长度保持着，那么侧肋从腹部的两边向前伸展着，头向前向下进入体式当中。
And bring your hands out to the sides.
手放到脚的两侧宽一点，
Be on the fingertips,
指尖落地，
tiger claws, tips of the
指尖落
fingers.
地，手指最尖端落地。
And then you'll be able to draw the skin, lift the skin on the arm all the way back into the shoulder
这
joints.
样你才能够将手臂的皮肤向上提到肩关节处，
And with these wide elbows, you'll get wide collarbones,
然后肘展得很宽，这样你获得锁骨的宽度。
no constriction around the breast tissue.
那么乳房区域的组织就没有任何的挤压感。
And then to come up, bring your hands onto your
伸的
hips.
时候双手扶髋，
Inhale, come on up.
吸气。
All right, now we'll do that again
那这个练习再做再进行一次，
with the slightly different ways. So here, you're going to turn around
转身稍微用一个不同的方法，
and Adho Mukha Svanasana again, but with hands on a chair.
还是阿东克什拉
You can bring your hands to the front edge of that and extend the fingertips.
前缘处，手指伸展。
Oops, okay. So this first section, we're focusing on mobilization of the shoulder
那
joints.
我们练习的第一部分呢，是专注在肩关节的这种灵活的活动这个练习上。
So with range of motion, when we achieve a good range of motion through the shoulder joints,
那么当肩关节获得了一定程度的灵活度之后呢，
that will allow a free flow of lymph fluid and circulation around the upper chest.
那么上胸腔区域呢，就会获得更加顺畅的淋巴循环。
And the extended hands
而双臂的伸展，双手的伸展呢，
also is an important part of this pose.
也是这个体式当中很重要的一部分。
In yoga, we say the hands are in the service of the heart.
在瑜伽当中呢，我们说双手是服务于心的，
So we're taking care not to harden the hands or be tense in the
所以要
hands.
很谨慎。我们双手呢不能紧，不能够紧张。
So here, there's especially for anyone who's stiff, which of course this student is not stiff.
那么现场这个学生呢，他身体不是那种僵硬的类型，但是针对那些僵硬类型的学生呢，
This is a way of ensuring that the shoulders are opened up.
那么这一个方式就 是能够保证你的肩关节能够打开。
Then walk forward towards the chair
前走向椅子这边，
and hands on the hips
手扶髋，
and stand up.
站起身。
Okay. Now, Uttanasana.
再来 Uttanasana。
So this one, you're going to put your chin on the chair
这次把下巴放在椅子那个
and
上
step
上
back
然后向后走一点，
and interlace your hands behind
手
you
在背后十指交扣，
and pull your arms back and up.
然后手臂向后向上拉，
Spin your heels out a little more.
脚跟再向外多一些，
Especially that right heel, that's it.
尤其是右侧。好，
And this may be, you may get more leverage if you lean against a wall, but with the feet forward. But here, her legs, feet are underneath her hips.
但是这个练习，如果你那个骨盆
And she'll
贴在墙面上，然后脚离墙有点距离的话呢，那么你这个支点可能会获得一个更好的支点。
getting a nice stretch in the throat, which is the thyroid
这
gland.
个版本呢，就是你的脚跟和髋是对在一起的，然后下面喉咙这个区域，就是甲状腺的区域，获得了非常好的伸展。
And the thyroid gland is part of the endocrine system, so a healthy stretch there
那么
sometimes
甲
is
状
a good
腺
thing.
这个腺体呢，它是属于内分泌系统的一个部分，所以这个区域获得了非常好的伸展。
And then bring your hands up and over,
手再向上，向后，
up and over,
向上，然后放头的方向
elbows moving in,
手要收进去，手往里
wrists
收，
expanding,
手腕向两边撑，
and then bring your arms down
手臂下落，
onto your back,
放到背部上，
change the
交换
interlock,
一下扣手指的方式，
and take the arms up
再
again,
次向上，
and up and over,
向上向头的方向进展，
flatten the palms,
两手掌要平，展
pull the
平，
wrists away from each other,
然后手腕彼此远离，
up and over,
再向上，再向头这边，
elbows firm,
两肘要收紧，
lift your kneecaps,
髌骨提起来，
and bring your hands back down
手下落，
and stand up.
站立起身。
Okay. Now, stand facing forward.
朝向前方站立。
Urdhva-hastasana.
Urdhva-hastasana.
Press your feet down, move your weight back over to your heels.
两脚向下，将身体的重心放到脚跟之上。
In order to get those thighs to move back, you move the soles of the feet back.
为了将两大腿真正的向后，你要将脚底向后移动，
And then extend all the way up into the tips of the
伸
fingers.
展向上到指尖。
So this is again part of our mobilization
那么
process
这也是我们在练习灵活度的这部分内容。
because if those joints are mobile, then whatever part of the body is around it will function better. So it's important for the health of the breasts and lungs.
那么关节的这种灵活呢，就使得这个关节周围区域的这个区域获得更好的健康。于是，不管是两乳还是两肺，都在这一系列的活动当中获得练习。
And then bring your arms forward
手臂向前，
and draw the arms back onto your shoulder
手
joints
臂拉回到肩关节当中去，
and down by your side.
向下落。
Okay, now
现在
we're going to do that again,
我们要再进行一次这个练习，
but with a little more help,
但是我们要加一点帮助。
with a block and a belt.
我们用木砖和一根带子来进行。
So you'll hold the block with the heel of the hand,
用掌根那个位置夹砖，
and we'll put a belt round the wrists.
我们把这个带子呢套在手腕的这个位置上。
Okay? This is a very long belt, but never mind. Okay, so then let's see if that's going to hold you. Excuse me being... So we have to get it so that it's really gripping.
这个带子要非常紧，
How's that? Feel secure? Feel tight enough? Not tight enough. Tight enough?
够紧了。
Get that out of the way. Okay. So separate your feet for this one.
两脚分开，在这个版本当中，
Just give you a little more
这
stability.
样让你的稳定性更好一些。
And again, drawing up into the fingertips.
然后仍然向上伸展到指尖，
The front ribs moving down.
前肋向下一些，
And move the thighs back.
大腿向后，
Move the femur bone onto the back of the hip socket.
股骨去向髋槽的后方。
And then as you take the arms up, internally rotate the thigh. Turn the thighs
手
in.
臂向上，然后将大臂这样内旋，
So the shoulders joints are working the way they're meant to work. The arms turning in the shoulder joint.
手臂这样内旋，肩关节呢就按照它该做的方式再去进行这个，在发挥着功能。
Again, slide your thighs back
大腿再向后，向
so
后
they hit they touch the hamstrings.
这样让它去大腿向后去贴上后方的这个腘绳肌，
Extend your toes forward.
脚趾伸展向前，
Press the outer edges of the heels
脚
down.
跟的外缘向下踩，
And horizontal extension, vertical extension of each hand.
然后两手水平的伸展和纵向伸展都要进行，
And then bring your arms halfway
手
down.
臂向前落到一半儿，
Draw them back into the shoulders.
再拉回到肩关节当中去。
And let's take that away. Okay, and then, very good. All right. So that introduced the element of earth into the pose.
刚刚的这个辅助呢，实际上是给这个体式增加了一个土元素，
So it gives us a little more help and a little more access back into the chest.
所以这样呢，我们就有了更多的可能性，给我们一个帮助，让我们更加的好的习练到胸腔的这个区域。
So when the arms are straight up in Urdhva
而手
Hastasana,
臂直着向上到 Urdhva-Hastasana 的时候呢，
your hands are under the influence of the element of space
然后
and
在
air.
这个状态当中，我们看到两手呢，它是被空元素和风元素影响的。
Which is not so. It's an important pose, not quite so accessible. The energy you don't find your chest quite so easily
那么
when the
这个
arms are like
体
that.
式呢很重要，但是在这个练习这样一个版本练习当中呢，我们很难觉察到这个手对于胸腔是什么样的影响。
So bring your arms down, halfway down, and then down.
然后再落下。
Okay. So now another similar pose, but also introducing the element of earth. Interlace
那
your
么还有一个类
hands.
似的体式，这次将手指相扣。
Badanguliasana.
叫 Badanguliasana， 也是增加了一个土元素在里边。
Open them away from you
手掌打开向远，
until you get this openness in the palms.
然后一定要将手掌打开。
There's a word we use sometimes called aerating the palms.
我们这个词呢，可以说呢，让这个手掌当中啊，充满了这种气感。
And that does have energetically, whatever you do with your palms has a connection back into the breast tissue.
那么手的这种行为呢，不管你做了什么行为，它都能够直接影响到我们的两乳。
So then swing your arms up
手臂向上，
and separate your feet.
两脚分开。
It's just separating the feet. It's still Tadasana, but it just gives us a little more stability to stand with the feet apart.
两脚分开呢，仍然是 Tadasana 在下方，但是脚分开站立，就让我们更有稳定性。
So coming back onto your
站
heels,
在脚跟上，
and don't hold the floor with your toes. Extend your toes
脚趾不
forward.
要抓地，将脚
I mean,
趾
you can
向前展开。
the toes have to touch the floor, but not be gripping the floor.
脚趾要贴在地面上，但是脚趾不能去抓地。
Come down for a moment,
先落下来一会儿，
and let's look at the same pose, but turn to face that way.
我
So
们看侧面，还看这个体式。
we can see you in profile.
我们从侧面来看整个体式这个结构。
So now first she's going to look at the back of her hand
先
there,
看自己的手背，
and then draw the arms back into
然
the
后将手
shoulder
臂
joint.
回到肩关节当中。
So this is also earth coming back into the
那么
joint.
回到肩关节这里边呢，这也是土元素的一个体现。 线，
And then swing the arms forward and
然后
up.
手臂向前向上。
And from the side,
从侧面呢，
we can start to get an idea of where the weight is in the body.
我们更能够体会到这个身体的重心现在在哪里。
And you can see this is forward, this
我们
is
看到
back.
大腿呢确实是向前的，而小腿
So
是向后的。
move the femur bone until it touches the hamstring.
股向后移动，让股骨去贴靠大腿后侧的腘绳肌。
Press down into your heels more, bring the weight back to your
脚跟
heels.
再向下踩，将重量更多的放在脚跟上。
And same, you're going to internally rotate the arms.
手臂、大臂仍然是内旋的。
Make sure the hands are completely into the webbing, pressed into the webbing.
确保手指的相扣一定要扣到指根处，
And then flattening the palms to the ceiling.
然后手掌展平去向天花板，
Lift the index finger knuckle up to the ceiling.
将食指的指根处向上，
And then draw the arms halfway
手
down.
臂向前落到一半儿。
Draw the arms back onto the shoulder joint, come down. Now,
好，
keep the arms out.
从中间那个位
And
置
then-
把手臂拉回到肩关节当中去，
And then turn the hands around, look at your palms.
然后掌心转回来，看着自己的手掌。
Okay. Now change the interlock.
现在交换一下扣手指的方式，
And then press the hands away from you.
掌心朝外，
And don't touch your thumbs together, let them
大拇指不要
cross.
贴上，大拇指就是
Let them
交
cross.
叉就好，交叉就好。
Yeah. And then swing the arms. First press the index finger knuckle away.
现在就把食指
The little finger moving towards you.
小拇指这边向回，
And then without throwing your thighs forward,
腿不要向前，
move the hands up,
手臂向上，
stamping down and lifting up
脚跟向下踩，手臂向上提，
so that you're not coming forward to do this.
这样你在做的时候就没有身体向前。
It's a downward action and an upward action, not a forwards and a backwards.
它是一个
Well
向下向上的两个力的组合，而不是一个前后的组合。
Of course it is, because you're going to have to move the femur bone back, in
这
fact.
也有前后了，因为你的股骨要向后，
And then going all the way up into the
然后
palms.
向上是到手掌，
Just connecting the deltoid, the thick muscle at the base of the arm, at the root of the arm,
这个手臂的根处，这个很厚的肌肉叫三角肌，
fixing itself onto the shoulder blade.
将三角肌呢向下固定在这个肩胛上，
And lifting the back as well.
然后后背也要提起来，
Okay, and then bring your arms halfway
到
down
前边一半儿位置
and come down.
落下，
All right, doing good. Now facing forward,
再朝向前方。
and let's look at another pose to mobilize the shoulders, which means we are making space for lymph fluid and we're stretching all the muscles around the breasts.
那么我们下面还要看一个肩关节的这个灵活度的这样一个练习，那么就意味着仍然在促进这个区域腋窝区域和两乳区域的这个淋巴循环。
At this point, it's a mechanical action.
当然，在这个阶段上，实际上确实是一个机械动脑。
So extend your left arm out to the side,
左臂伸展向侧
straight
边，
out,
直向侧边，
and then bend the left arm and bring the hand up behind your back.
在背后放到肩胛
Okay.
里面的位置，
So turn around.
转个身，
Good. And you can scissor this arm as high up the back.
这个手尽可能的向
Move
上，
the arm
向上
and
可以移动一下。
that's it. And she's doing very
他
well.
这个位置做得很好。
Sometimes if there's stiffness in this
如
joint,
果肩关节比较僵硬的话，
then you may have to bring the other arm
你可能
behind
需要用那个手去帮助那个手肘，
and give it a little help.
给他一个帮助，
Then she'll bring this hand down,
然后右手落下来，
and can she touch all 5 fingernails to
五根手
to
指
the
的
back?
所有指甲能否都贴在那个背上，指甲贴背。
And then can she move that shoulder blade into the
那这一侧
spine?
的
So this
肩
shoulder
胛
back.
能不能够去向脊柱，这肩向后，
Then raise your right
右
arm,
臂上去，
turn the arm in at this
转臂
point,
转手臂向内，这样，
and then bend that arm at the elbow, come down
落下来
and catch.
抓手。
And of course, she's doing her pose, she's catching easily.
当然，她的这个双手的抓握呢比较轻松。
But in order, if you're not catching so easily,
但是有
then
些同学，如果你抓手不是那么轻松的话，
you work with a belt
那你可以用带子来去做这个洗练。
until you've achieved that
一直到你
movement.
最终能够获得双手抓握。
Okay, so come down. Now, turn around, face the front again.
朝前。
Just bring this arm down. I want to go back a step. Bring the
然后
right
把这
arm
个
down.
右臂先下来，我们再回来一步。
Okay. And then press your left shoulder blade back with your right hand. Press the shoulder bone back. So bend
右
this
手
arm,
将左肩骨
bring it in
向
front,
后向后
and
推
push
动
that.
向后推。
Because also we start to see that the shoulder bone rolls
我们会
forward.
看到这个体式当中，这个肩骨有可能会向前转动。
So she'll push her shoulder bone back and she'll turn her trunk to the right.
将这个肩骨向后，然后躯干向右转，
Separate your feet again,
两脚再分开站立，
just so that you can be
这
stable.
样我们能够比较稳定。
And so once you've got that collarbone, in a way you're exposing the entire length of that left
那
collarbone.
么一旦你将整个这个左边的这个锁骨呢，这个长度完全的体现出来、展现出来的时候，
Now raise your right arm
现在右臂再上举，
and come down and catch
下
again.
落再抓手。
Internal rotation, so turn this left arm
内
in
旋，右臂内旋。
and since she's catching so well, can you now bring the hands almost away from the back?
那么既然现在抓的比较好，能否将两手离开背部？
So you're not hugging the back with the hands. I mean, they'll still touch, but it's a bit more advanced.
这它还是
You
贴
see what
的
I'm，saying?
但是呢，确实稍微又离开了一些，这个级别就高了一点。
I'm just pushing her a little bit
然后
because
老师给他加点劲儿。
now you have an asymmetrical situation.
那我们看到这个体式呢，就呈现出一个对称
So
的这么一个
turn
样子
around again.
再转身，拉伸背部。
So here, I'm going to ask her to, as she turns that arm
随
in,
着将上方这个手臂呢向内旋的同时，
to tug the right shoulder blade
右
down
肩胛要向下沉，
and to move the left shoulder blade into the spine.
胛骨呢要移动去向脊柱。
So she's aware of, so really her attention should be on these shoulder blades and getting them even.
所以他的专注就要放在这两肩胛的这种平行正位之上。
Because the upper body and the muscles and breast tissue and everything else is actually supported from the back.
因为整个上半身呢，不管是两乳还是周围这些组织，然后都是由后方来支撑的。
And come down
下来，
and turn around.
再转身，
We'll do the other side.
做另一侧，
So take the right arm
右
out
臂向外，
and turn it back.
转向后方，
Bring it up between your shoulder
两
blades.
手放到肩胛中间，
Give it a little helping hand.
用左手去帮帮忙。
Are you right-handed?
你是右
Yeah.
撇子是吧？
So this is going to be, she's got complete freedom of motion, but
所以他基本上这个活动还是做得很自由。
often the right hand, if we're right-handed,
但
that
是
shoulder's going to be
平
stiff.
时用右手的话，这个右侧呢就会相对僵硬一些，
And then stamping down into your heels,
脚跟向下踩，
bring your arm up, bring your left arm. Well, first of all, bring the left arm around and
然后
pull
先
that
用
back.
左手去将这
There.
根肩骨向后推，
So turn your chest to the
然
left.
后胸腔向左转动。
So you're exposing that right collarbone now
我们现在在展开这侧的右侧的锁骨，
and making space in the upper chest,
然后在这侧上胸腔创造空间，
just above the breast tissue.
就是在这个乳房组织的上端这个区域。
So there's a free flow of lymph fluid moving through the lymph nodes.
所以这些区域的这个淋巴结呢，当中才有淋巴液的这种自由的流动。
And now come on up with your left
左
hand,
臂上举，
bend the elbow,
曲肘，
come down,
抓手，
catch at the back,
在后方抓住双手，
back onto your heels.
再站在脚跟上。
This femur bone should be touching the hamstring.
大腿股骨要向后去贴靠腘绳肌。
You may wonder what her thighs have got to do with her breasts, since this is a breast sequence.
然后可能有同学在琢磨，这个腿跟两乳有什么关系呢？这不是乳房
But
关照吗？
it's the support system for the pose.
但它是整个体式的一个支撑系统。
So tug the left shoulder blade
左
down,
肩胛向下，
roll the right shoulder back.
右肩向后转，
Move that right shoulder back into the spine at the back.
右肩胛转动，并且贴向脊柱这一边。
So the brain of the pose is at the back.
这样这个体式的大脑呢是在背部的。
And come down
落下来，
and bring your arms forward and down.
背向下落。
At this point, you're going to do Adho Mukha Svanasana again.
再加一个 Adho Mukha Svanasana。
Yeah. If anyone feels dizzy doing these standing poses and these shoulder poses,
如果在这些站立以及肩关节这些个体式当中呢，谁要觉得有点头晕的话，
then you come and do a downward facing dog.
就及时的做一个这样的下犬式。
Of course, if you were dizzy, you'd put your head on a block.
当然，如果真的头晕的话，头下可以垫个砖。
But we're avoiding that by just pausing for a moment anyway and doing a down dog.
但无论如何呢，我们就是这样停歇一下，在中间加一个下犬式。
And down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana becomes a resting pose.
那么这个 Adho Mukha Svanasana 在这里就成了一个休息性质的体式。
This is where it's a neutral pose, it's symmetrical.
它是一个中立的体式，它是一个对称的体式。
She'll move her inner upper arms back up into the shoulders.
大臂的内侧向上，去到肩关节当中。
She'll press the base of the space between the base of the index finger knuckle and the thumb.
然后它要去向下压这个食指指根和大拇指指根中间的这个区域。
She'll press those down.
然后把这两个区域向下压动。
She just come down, bend your knees for a moment.
膝先落下来。
And don't move your hands, but look at your hands. Bend your knees, just so you're just right. So here you'll turn the skin, you'll turn each finger in.
我们将每一根手指呢向内转。
So that takes you from the outer hand towards the inner
这样你
hand.
这个压力呢就从手的外侧转到了内侧。
And then the skin on the forearms will turn in.
然后小臂的皮肤呢才能够内旋。
So now she'll come up again, but the brain of the pose is the base of the index finger
然
knuckle.
后它一会儿要再起来，那么此时呢起来之后，你的这个体式的大脑就在这个食指的指根这个位置上两边。
And when we're doing a pose for breast health, we really care about what the hands are doing.
那我们在进行这个乳房关照的这些练习当中呢，要特别关照双手在做什么。
So from the base of the index finger knuckles, swing up and
所
back.
以从食指指根处向后向上进入体式。
And that with the pressing of the index finger knuckle, this skin is turning in naturally.
然后现在这个食指指根如果压住了，小臂的皮肤呢就会自然的内旋。
And holding that firm,
然后这个位置要很稳健。
she'll turn the upper arm
将
skin
大
out.
臂的皮肤呢向外转，
That's going in, this is
小
going
臂
out.
向内，大臂向外。
While still connecting all the way through to moving those outer hips back.
但整个这个伸展仍然一路向后，一直到两髋的外侧向后。
Imagine almost that you were being pulled back by ropes.
像那个两髋的位置呢，有强绳在向后拉着。
The weight of your pose is in the legs
这样你的这个体式的重心呢，就在双腿之上，
and on the feet.
然后并且在双脚之上。
A lot of extension now through the armpits, through the breast tissue.
那么在腋窝和乳房的组织这些区域呢，就有很强的伸展。
Then step or jump forward.
向前走，
She
向
can
前
jump.
跳
Uttanasana, just briefly. Separate your feet.
两脚分开，
Fold your elbows.
双手
Release down
向下沉，
and take a break.
休息一会儿，
But lifting the inner ankles
让脚踝内侧上提，
and extending down through the sides of the abdomen. Keep the sides of the abdomen soft and releasing down.
然后腹部的两边呢要保持柔软，并且向下沉降。
Change the grip of the elbows,
看一下抱肘的方式，
holding each foot even pressure and weight on both feet,
然后两脚要均匀的承受身体的重量，
and even extension down through both elbows.
甚至两肘向下的伸展也要均匀对称。
Neck quiet,
颈部很安静，
the back of the neck long,
颈部的后侧很长，
so not holding the head.
所以头这里没有任何控制，
Just let it, as if the head is about to fall down to the floor.
就好像头要向下掉到地面上去了。
And then bring your hands onto your hips.
手不宽，
Inhale, come on up.